Here's the thing with the Yankees. As I read a report yesterday on Ken Rosenthal saying the Yankees are lurking. Yankees are lurking in the dark, waiting in the wings to make their pounce. And here's the issue with the New York Yankees, right? And I want to make this clear. I am disappointed in the Yankees offseason so far. They haven't really done anything. We didn't really talk about Paul Blackburn, who they brought in, who I think pitched somewhat well for them. He pitched well at times for the Mets. Could he be a swingman, extra rotation piece to help get you through the beginning of the season with the injuries, transition to mid-reliever and long man in the bullpen? Like, it's $2 million. It's a fine signing. It's nothing. It's nothing to be excited about. It's also nothing for Met fans to use as some sort of proof that the Yankees signed former Mets too. Like, grow up. Honestly, you've signed 1 million Yankees. Okay, we get it. Grow up. You know, Met fans are, oh, is it weird? We're not going to notice when they sign Mets, are we? Stop it. Stop it. I thought you were the big brother. The big brother doesn't have to play these mini games and count signing Paul Blackburn twice. He was a Yankee last year. He ended the season with the Yankees. Anyway, so did Ahmed Rosario. It doesn't matter. Light moves, nothing major to this team. Jeff Passan telling Michael Kay that he believes, not that he knows, he believes that the Yankees are very comfortable with this team. They don't think there's a lot of holes. If you look around the team, there aren't glaring holes. They have a player for every position. It's not like, the Mets right now don't have a left fielder. The Yankees right now don't have a left fielder. That's a hole. A player you don't think is good enough making $16 million at third base isn't technically a hole. A young shortstop who's been the shortstop for a World Series team, as much as I'll scream and yell it's not good enough, it's not a hole. Yankees I don't know how much the Yankees feel they have holes everywhere to fill. But here's what I'll say. I'm disappointed in the offseason so far because they've done nothing. But there hasn't been a major piece or someone who left or anything that's happened. Like even the AL East getting better argument that I'm hearing all over the place. I get it. I think the Orioles for sure have gotten better. Tyler Ward and Pete Alonso add legitimate right-handed pop to that lineup. I think it's underachieved dramatically from what everyone told me it was going to be. Adley Rutschman has not been good for a year and a half now. Holiday has not been good. I don't know how good they're going to be. They traded for Boz, who had a 4.68 ERA last year. I'm not overly concerned about the Orioles, but they have without question improved. The Blue Jays have added Dylan Cease. That's better to their rotation. They signed a former MLB player who's been excellent in the KBO. We'll see what he brings. Right now, they don't have Bichette. Like, you want to tell me the Blue Jays got dramatically better because they got Dylan Cease, but they've lost Bichette as of today. If you want to tell me in 2 weeks after they signed Kyle Tucker and re-signed Bichette that they got better, then we'll have a discussion. They sure as hell got better if they do all that. But as of right now, they don't have Kyle Tucker. As of right now, they don't have Bo Bichette. And they've added 2 starting pitchers. And Dylan Cease, the Yankees own him, and I don't think he's all that good, and they're paying him $30 million. The Boston Red Sox added Wilson Contreras, who's a very good first baseman defensively. He's been a catcher. But right now they haven't signed Bregman. That swap, Contreras for Bregman. You want to say they're dramatically better? They added Sonny Gray. They're dramatically better? We'll see. I'm not even concerned about that. I don't have many concerns because none of the players that I thought they'd be in on, none of the trade possibilities, none of the bats, as minimal as they may be, like nothing has happened where I point to it outside of Trent Grisham's qualifying offer. Trent Grisham accepting the qualifying offer, I pointed to and said, this hurts our offseason. Outside of that, I have not had or seen one move made or one signing from another team or one, and I go, wow, now what are the Yankees going to do? Not once. And that is because, and this is what bothers me about it. So let me just make it clear. The Yankee offseason isn't over. The biggest moves haven't been made. I'm yet to see one thing where I go, oh man, now what are they going to do? Not one thing. The problem I have is it feels like Cody Bellinger, and maybe this is for the Mets too, but it's more so for the Yankees. Cody Bellinger is holding up everything. Now, they've been lucky because it's kind of been holding up everything for all of baseball, I guess, and a lot of players aren't signing until Tucker and Bellinger make a decision. But it feels like the Yankees, and this is what scares me about it, is the Yankees want to operate mostly through trade. I get the feeling that most of their improvements or most of the things they want to do, certainly on the pitching side, is going to come via trade. I don't know. I know everyone's connecting them to Imai, the starting pitcher out of Japan. Especially the Japanese media, they're very much into it. I don't know. Aaron Boone says that they haven't met with him. That doesn't mean anything necessarily. It just means they haven't met with him. There's reports that they're less interested in him. Jack Curry is saying that they were less interested in him than some other Japanese stars that have hit the market in the last few years. Certainly Yamamoto, they were all over. It's nothing like that. I don't know where the market is for him. I'd be surprised. Nay, I'll be stunned if they sign him. I don't think they have any interest in signing a starting pitcher. I think they want to trade. And I think plan B, which I do think Brian Cashman has right now, if Cody Bellinger goes somewhere else, is via trades. And they don't want to do it until they know what they're doing with Bellinger. But the problem is, this is a fine line that Brian Cashman's going to have to ride. He is going to have to ride waiting for Bellinger with what's going to happen in the trade market, because if you get caught waiting for Bellinger, the trade market leaves you and some of the pieces you might have wanted to consider go. And then Bellinger signs somewhere else, or someone realizes their trade implications and what they want to do via trade goes, and suddenly now they're more in on Bellinger. And we'll see. The Mets are clearly in on Bellinger. I think a lot of teams are in on Bellinger because of his defensive flexibility. And I believe also what Evan said, that right now the Mets, it seems unlikely they'll sign Bellinger because they won't do it until the years come down. And if the years come down, the Yankees would do it. And I do think Bellinger would prefer to be a Yankee, not a Met. Now, again, we had this game with Soto. It's not going to be the fever pitch battle back and forth. The Mets are not going to go above and beyond to make sure they get Bellinger. I think he'd rather go play with Judge, all things considered, but he's waiting out for 6, 7, 8 years. But if it comes down to 4 or 5 where it's going to take, if that becomes his market and he realizes, if I want to sign, I got to sign for 4 years, I think the Yankees are all over him for 4 years. And I don't think the Mets would go somewhere money-wise for those 4 years that would blow the Yankees out of the water. I just don't. But how long can you wait for Bellinger's market to dissolve, or for him to recognize that it's not there? Right now, nobody's left. Right now, Stephen Kwan hasn't been traded. Not that he necessarily is even on the block, but someone we're talking about possibly trading for left field. Stephen Kwan, Brendan Donovan. Some of these other pieces that I think are their pivots haven't really gone anywhere. So I'm not frustrated, but it is a dicey game they are playing. Brian Cashman is playing read the market. And right now, I would normally tell you that he usually is very good at that game. But I don't care what they say. They misread the market for Trent Grisham. They expected him to opt out and sign a long-term deal. Instead, he opted in, and it's hurt their offseason. So he's got to read the market right, and he's got to be able to pull that trigger or understand where the Bellinger trade signing is going. And if the right deal presents itself, say, screw it. Go tell Bellinger now, I'm going to make a trade that takes us out of the running. If you don't sign a 5-year deal or 4-year deal right now, I'm going to go make a trade, and we're out. But it feels like that Bellinger decision is holding up everything they do, and it feels like once they sign him, you're going to see a trade for a starting pitcher, and you'll see the end of the offseason. Or the minute he goes somewhere else, you will see a trade for an outfielder, a trade for a pitcher. That's what it feels like to me. This has become completely clogged up with what the hell Bellinger does. And that's a dangerous game. But as of today, I don't understand any Yankee fan that is overly upset. Any Yankee fan who is pissed, any Yankee fan who is furious, like if they do nothing, I'll be mad with you. But right now, Bellinger's still out there. Tucker's still out there. Right? They need a left fielder. Those two guys are still there. Do I think they're going to sign Tucker? No, I do not. But he's still out there as of right now. Do I think they'll sign Bellinger? Yeah, for 5 years, I think they would, or 4 years for sure. I think they would. All the pieces that you would expect them to go trade for are still there. Freddie Peralta, who is the guy I want them to trade for desperately, is still available. Like nothing has happened. The entire offseason is moving at a freaking snail's pace. There is no, even for the Met fan every Met fan should be really like on top of them and really puzzled and waiting with bated breath for the plan. But anger, disgust, I get calls on Saturday in particular for some reason, usually on Saturday. I've been lied to. This owner, I got one earlier today. I've been lied to. It's about the casino. He doesn't care. Like, no, who's off the board? Like, they could still go to 5 different people that you would be thrilled with. Like, everyone relax. It sucks that it takes this long, but no Met fan, no Yankee fan should be apoplectic. No Met fan, no Yankee fan should feel like the season's over, and particularly for the Yankee fan, because as we just talked about with Pete Alonso's comments about the Met fan, it wasn't a one-game thing, and they won 83 games. Yeah. The Yankees won 94 games last year. It wasn't good enough. They got beat in the DS, and I would like to see them improve and change the lineup a little bit and become a little bit more contact, a little bit less strikeout, be a little bit different, add another element to their game. Absolutely. Add that one more starting pitcher that gets them through April and then makes them dominant May through the end of the year. Go do it. Add another bullpen arm. Go do it. But at the same time, I can't sit here pulling my hair out saying what the hell is going on here when I could say that about every organization. Why? Because the Red Sox pulled off one trade and signed Sonny Gray? Because the Blue Jays got Dylan Cease but haven't improved their offense? In fact, it's hurting right now? Pump the brakes. 888-808-1019. Let's get to Ed in the Bronx. What's up, Ed?
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I want to congratulate you because I know you're leaving a nice show, and I'm usually listening to some of you guys because of I work 11 to 7. But
sure.
The actual thing was I originally started with the Joe Badingo, and that was years doing the overnight, but I stopped and did some other stuff to make my wife happy, so I went to work the daytime. But now I'm on vacation, and I've been listening to you, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This guy's going to leave, so I don't know. I don't like these other guys, so I probably won't be tuning in that much to the overnight. But my point right now is about these Knicks and these Yankees,
sure.
And I know these Yankees, I'm used to winning, and we haven't won in a long time, and it's getting frustrating, and it's sad because, I mean, I don't know, maybe the son is just not like George. I mean, maybe George would have made something happen, but...
I don't know. George would have done something different. There's no doubt about that. George,
yeah,
Brian Cashman would not be the GM. Aaron Boone would not be the manager. I think we can all agree with that. Doesn't mean that winning would have followed. I don't think George proved that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think he proved it at all. Because George made a lot of moves in the 80s. They didn't win a damn thing. George made a lot of moves in the early 90s, and they were a 100-loss team and an embarrassment. So, I mean, I think things would be different. I don't know if things would necessarily be better.